Welcome to Charter Local Edition Northwest. I'm Dana Cowley, and today we're in Salem talking to your elected leaders. My guest today is Representative Mark Johnson from the Hood River area. Thank you so much for joining us.
Great to be here. Thank you for having me.
You're working very hard in this short session to try to do more to make higher education affordable.
Well, we are. In my tenure as a member of the legislature here, I've served on the House Higher Ed Committee, both sessions. And this session we do have some really exciting opportunities. One is a bill that I personally am a part of. It's called House Bill 4076. And what it's intended to do is try to create a pilot project so that we can have our universities in Oregon create some pilot projects that would provide fixed cost bachelor degree programs for students. This is an idea that has come about, and it's being used in other parts of the country as well, where certain states have actually called for a 10K BA. We aren't being nearly that prescriptive with our plan, but we're trying to just provide an opportunity for the universities to collaborate with our Higher Ed Coordinating Commission here in Oregon, and each university would come up with 2 fixed degree pathways. One would be tied directly to the economy within their local geographical area. The other would be tied to the mission of the university. But the idea is the more certainty we can give students about the cost that they're going to have to incur in order to get a degree pathway that's going to lead directly into a private sector job, the better. Because as we know, student debt is such a huge issue across the country. So it's just an opportunity to have a pilot program that I think could be exciting and lead to some good innovation. One more issue I would talk about is that we're actually considering also a bill that's going to create a study group to find out, can we as Oregonians provide free, if you will, college tuition for community college students. Again, another way to get as many people as we can some degree of post-secondary education, or at least some sort of certification that could lead to a career pathway, because we have so many folks in the state and throughout the country who are either underemployed or, the coffee baristas you always hear about that just can't quite get traction to get into that next career. So a couple of exciting opportunities that I've been working on, and I hope will come out of this February session that will really make some difference in trying to approach and attack the issue of higher ed debt.
And speaking of this session, you have some of your own concerns about what these sessions are morphing into. Well,
it's true. This is the second time that we've actually had a quote-unquote February session that was mandated by a vote of the voters of Oregon back in 2010. And we told the voters that we would come together for short sessions. We're limited to 35 days. And primarily we would deal with financial issues that might need to be dealt with. Sometimes you have to make mid-course corrections in the biennium and financially to tighten this up or make sure all the agencies have the money they need to be complete, and some minor policy issues. My concern is that I think what we're seeing is a big overreach on the part of the legislature in terms of getting involved in some very deep policy issues that we really don't have the time to adequately investigate and make sure that we give proper notice to people from Oregon who want to have a chance to testify, to make their opinions known as well. And I think that these sessions are growing into something that the voters didn't intend to give us the ability to do. So I know there's some real concerns, I think, on both sides of the aisle about what February is becoming. And I think as we talk about that, as we go back and talk with our constituents, that they have those concerns as well. So it's an issue that's being talked about here a lot in the building right now, and we'll just have to see what happens as we go forward. But I remain concerned because we need to have an open and transparent process that really serves the needs of the people, but doesn't become more than it was intended to be.
Well, we only have a moment left, but people are only having like 1 hour notice to get in.
That's right, and that's not very much time, as you well know. So again, if we're going to be able to have a complete and open and transparent process that gives Oregonians the ability to make their desires known, this just isn't working. So.
All right, thank you so much, Representative
Thank you.
Johnson.
Appreciate being here.
Thank you. You're watching Charter Local Edition Northwest, and I'm Dana Cowley.
Good deal.
Great.
Okay, thank you.